record to the cloud because I'm on my husband's computer. Okay, we're recording. Welcome, everyone. It's so exciting. Oh, hey, Sarah's baby. I don't know your name, but hey, Sarah's baby. Just saw a little one pop into the screen. So that is so awesome. But thank you guys all so much for hopping on tonight. I am super excited. I'm actually on Eastern time right now. So it's 8:30 here. And I know it's, Sunday nights can be tough. So I'm really grateful that to see all your smiling faces. So we're going to start out with a little recognition. And a lot of people aren't on yet to be recognized, but I want to start out by first recognizing our promotion for last month. Donna, wave your hand, Donna, so they can see you. There's Donna. So she just promoted to district manager in 2 months. So exciting, you guys. Great job. So exciting. She also got her consultant bonus. If you don't know what that is, before you promote to district manager, if you hit your $2,500 brick, and you sponsor at least 2 people at 150 retail, then you get an extra $100 on your paycheck, which is so awesome that Arbonne does that, okay? We have a lot of people in qualification, and then I'm gonna let Athena share her promotions and qualifications, and then we're gonna dive right into what I've got to share with you guys tonight. Okay, so also Shelly is not on the line. I wasn't sure, she didn't feel well, so she is a new consultant. We also have in qualification for district manager, hang on, I'm reading from my phone, Susan McClurg, who is a nurse, you guys, are working like crazy right now, you can imagine. So she is not on anything lately. Shelly Buckingham, who's not able to be on. Allison Parker, who I think is coming on. Allison's in strong qualification, I think she'll promote this month. Jill Morgan in California, who is in deep wedding mode. She's about to get married. And Emily Lawler, my sweet friend Emily. So she is also in strong qualifications. So we have a lot of qualifications, a lot of things going on. It just in our region. Athena, I'm gonna let you just go ahead and share. And actually, for those of you who don't know Athena and aren't sure why, there's Allison. Wait, hold on one sec, because I do want to recognize Allison. If you're not sure why is Athena on here and her entire team, that's actually going to play into what we talk about tonight. So Allison, I know you just joined us, so we were just recognizing everyone who promoted or is in qualification. So Allison, can you hear me? Yeah, there you are. Okay, now I think I gotcha. So Allison at the bottom of our screen, or the bottom of my screen, is also in qualification for district manager, strong qualification. So she's going to hit district this month, right? There you are. Okay, so Athena, I'm gonna pass it to you and let you go.
Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Nice to see everybody. Congratulations to you guys on Polly's team. That's really awesome. All right, so on our end, we have Sarah, who has a new consultant named Yara. Kanisha has a new consultant named Gisla. Last month, Vera, Tina, and myself all earned our 2,500 Central District bricks. Vera, Tina, and myself all earned our cash awards. Tina, as a new consultant, earned that consultant award Polly was just talking about. Vera and I earned our district manager award. Vera and I were able to collect our level 1 AIT travel bag that we earned, carry bag from last year. I think we redeemed it in November. I also earned the carry bag for selling 5 age well sets. So Tina is in qual. Tina is on the call. She is in strong qual to complete her district manager position this month. Sarah is in qual as well, and hopefully she'll complete this month or next month. And then another gal, Ariana, is just also went into DM qualification. So far this month, Vera is just an inch away from earning her break, and on the 3rd of December, I earned my break. So we are doing really well. Strong little team. Go, guys.
That's so great. That's so great. Well, I didn't even say brick earners and all of that. So I have to say that because Dawn, who just showed us her gorgeous tree, Dawn Sparks earned her brick, her $2,500 brick. And of course, Donna did. I earned that and my area bonus as well. So we are rocking as well. So y'all, congratulations to everybody. Such an awesome month in November. But December is going to be bigger. And here's why. Because for what we're going to talk about tonight, which is AIT. And so the first thing I wanted to share with you guys tonight about the incentive trip. So everybody on this call, I think maybe was at least on the call the other night that Andrea did or knows what AIT is. Am I right? Does everybody know it's Arbonne Incentive Trip? Yes, no, first time you've ever heard of it? Okay, good. Okay. Dawn, you're like, no, I know what it is. Okay. Well, so I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about my experience with AIT. So, and I hope I'm not lagging. Am I lagging or am I good? So we are in North Georgia at Cloudland Canyon. Have you guys ever been to Cloudland Canyon? It's absolutely gorgeous. There's waterfalls. We hiked everywhere today, but there's a trade-off that comes with that. And that is Wi-Fi connections and speed of things, but hopefully I'm good to go. Okay. So I want to share with you a little bit about my experience. So you guys, I have earned 6 AIT trips with Arbonne in the 15 years that I've been with them. And since I earned my first one, I only missed 1 year, and I missed that by inches. And I told myself I will never, ever miss an AIT again. The first AIT trip I went to was Atlantis, Bahamas, which is where we're going this coming year, which was amazing. I took my husband. The second AIT trip was Puerto Rico. On that trip, I went by myself, the only person from our team. And I'll tell you why I'm sharing that. I'm not sharing that to like boast. I'm just sharing that for a reason. And on that trip, I met someone named Stephanie McNamara, who is from California. And that's how I actually met Athena. And I just want to paint a picture for you guys. So I got to Puerto Rico, to this incredible resort where there were orchids everywhere. And I don't know, y'all probably don't know, but I am a huge orchid fan. Like I have orchids all over my house. They rebloom. I love orchids. I love plants. Okay. So I walk into this incredible resort, orchids everywhere. I get this amazing room all to myself. I'm just dumbfounded. I'm walking through the courtyard one night and Stephanie McNamara is walking past me. We're like ships passing. And she turns to me and she says, "You are so beautiful." And when somebody says that to you, you immediately love them. And she said, who are you here with from your team? And I said, nobody. And she said, come hang out with us. From that, I met Stephanie. I met 4 or 5 other girls. Y'all might have seen my post in Success and Simplicity Nations about this trip. It was the most incredible trip I have ever been on in my life. I can't even tell you. The next one was the Arbonne 35th anniversary cruise, and I got to take my sweet mama on that trip. My mom at that time was taking care of my stepdad, who was very, very ill. It was before he passed away, and she needed a break. And it was the best thing in the world for me to be able to say, hey, why don't you go on this cruise with me? And just the 2 of us spent this amazing time on this cruise. The next one we actually didn't get to go on because of a hurricane. And so Arbonne paid us a lot of money, like $2,500. Just here you go. Sorry you couldn't go. The next one was Cancun, and that's where I met Athena. And that is why Athena and I are really good friends now. And that is why her team plugs in to us. So it's amazing the relationships that you can make. The last year trip I earned the very top level, which was everything plus the extra $1,000. And so this past October, Arbonne gave me an extra $3,500 because we couldn't go on that trip because of COVID. So I'm sharing that with you guys because I want you to see that. And first of all, I wasn't a regional vice president with every trip. I was an area manager with most of those trips, and then I became a region. But it wasn't because the reason I wanted to share that and start this call out with that is to tell you that it's not, oh, yay, Polly earned 6 trips or whatever, and the 7th one that I'm going to earn. It's because I decided, like all the years before that, I didn't ever think it was in my reach. I didn't go for it. I didn't decide. I just didn't. It wasn't even on my radar. But then Atlantis came along and I decided, you know what, let me see. I think I can maybe do that. I'm going to give it a try. And I just decided. And after that, after seeing how Arbonne treats us, which is incredible on these things, I was like, I will never miss one. And then I did miss one. But you guys, it was a decision. And so one thing I wanted to talk about tonight in terms of AIT, and it's not really like, hey, you know, this is how you earn it. I mean, we can help you one-on-one with that, definitely, and I'm happy to do that. But what I wanted to talk about was, number one, Do you want to go? So does anybody want to go? Yes? I mean, this isn't just you deciding with your family, let's go to Atlantis. This is an all expense paid trip. You do pay for your airfare unless you earn the extra $1,000, and then that will help you pay for your airfare. This is you saying, like, whether you're married with kids and you want a honeymoon with your husband, a second honeymoon with your husband, you know, whether you want to, you can buy your kids in, by the way, you can do that. Whether you're an empty nester like me and Dawn down there, and you know you just want to go and have a really nice time with your hubby, whether you want to invite your mom or your sister or your friend because you want them to see what is possible with Arbonne. These trips are incredible. It's not, again, this is just, I mean, they put parties on for us. There's training. There's like a day of training because they have to do a day of training. But it's not that is the most valuable part of the trip. The most valuable part of these trips are the relationships that you make and the conversations you have sitting around the pool or wherever you are with people. And I promise you that more than anything for me has been worth everything I ever did. It was just because that cemented my belief. It just like filled in all the cracks in my belief in Arbonne and what I can offer or what this opportunity offers people. And now when I go ask someone to just take a look at Arbonne, it is not, I have no fear about me being pushy or me being whatever, or me, it is not about me. That is off the table completely. I know that I am offering someone that gift, and I had heard that before. And you do get these things at AIT and at other trainings. You do get the same sense. But when you go on one of these trips, you're like, holy moly, right? This is incredible. And you start talking to people and you hear their stories, and you realize, you look around and you're like, oh my gosh, my so-and-so could have been on this trip. Anybody can earn it. There's nothing, you guys have everything it takes. So that's what the number one thing I want to tell you is you just decide. And I do want to say, because Donna, I hope you don't mind me sharing with them that you and I had this conversation one time, and Donna said, okay, you told me you work like 15, 20 hours a week at Arbonne because I'm full-time. This is all I do, right? She said, but I think you work more. And I said, yes, right now I am working more. But you know why? Because there are going to be times in your business. Now, you guys listen, do not freak out at that. I am full-time Arbonne. When I started, if I had said I'm working more right now, it would have been, 10 hours a week rather than 6, okay? Or 8 hours a week rather than 4. But there are going to be times in your business when you're going to work a little harder. And this might be one of those times. If you say to yourself, and if this is not where you are, like Andrea said on our call the other night, if you're like, let's see where I am, I'm good on time. If this is not where you are, if you are just like, I am not into pushing for anything, that is okay. We're here for you. Like, we're here for you no matter where you are in your business. So don't freak out if you're like, hey, I don't want to, work that hard. That's fine. But when we say work that hard in Arbonne, it's really not that hard. It's just a little bit more. So there is a little bit extra. So there are going to be times in your business, and this kind of leads me into the next point. And the next point is, we are all entrepreneurs. And so there's a difference in being an employee and an entrepreneur. Giant, huge difference. And so you want to kind of switch your mindset, whether it's around this trip or whether it's around going, district or area or region, or whether it's just, hey, I need to make extra money. You have something now that is yours. This is your business. So don't do it for me. Don't do it for anybody else, but you decide. This is what I'm trying to I hope I'm getting this across. You guys, you get to decide. Does that make sense? And even if you work for another company and you're in sales with that company, because I have done that before, and there are incentives, and salespeople do get incentives because it's a different beast if you're in sales. But you're still an employee. Not so with Arbonne. Not an employee. You decide when you work, you decide how hard you work, you decide. So I want you to come away or walk away from this call tonight thinking, oh, I can do this if I want to. I could earn this trip. And by earning that trip, I guarantee you're going to promote at least one level, at least one, maybe two. So Arbonne's smart. They know what they're doing. They don't just base it around volume. They also base it around helping other people promote. And that's what we get to do, you guys. We get to help other people. So the bottom line here that I really, really wanted to get across to you was just decide. Just decide. And once you decide, then you're going to mind your mind around things like stinking thinking. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be booking things. And that's what we're going to talk about at the end. Okay, so I have notes. Believe it or not, I am on track. That's why I looked at my time to make sure I was on time. But so we all know the saying, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So mindset is an active thing. And I know I've trained on this before, but minding your mind is active. It's not passive. So in other words, you can't just say to yourself, stop thinking like that. It doesn't work that way. Our brain, it's like that neuroplasticity in our brain where we're just used to going down. Maybe, that's how you grew up. Maybe that's just a rut you've gotten into, but it's easy to just let your mind go down this path that thinks, you know what, I'm probably not going to earn that trip because nobody's saying yes, and I can't book any parties, and nobody's saying yes to a one-on-one. And that is just a natural pathway that it's easy to go down. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get active in minding your mind. So what do I mean by that? So, I mean, it could be positive affirmations in the morning. It could be, again, Donna, sorry, you're the guinea pig tonight, but Donna and I were talking earlier and I said, hey, one thing that I have always, or not always done, but one thing that I did around the time that I was trying to go region and the time that I was doing, trying to earn different things is I had sort of a mantra in the morning that I said, and it was something like, I'm a business building, party booking magnet. My team spans the globe with thousands of consultants making a difference around the clock. I am attracting sharp, hungry, coachable, committed, courageous, crystal clear, ready, willing, stable, and unstoppable direct partner independent consultants and success line members. I could go on, I know it by heart. But you write it out, you decide, and then actively say that every morning. If you want this trip, print out the tracker. And I think Gabby posted that. I don't know. Have y'all seen it yet? Yeah, there you go. So Athena's got it. Print out the tracker, get you some pretty colored markers and start looking, and then let's formulate a plan together. If you're on my team in my region, let's formulate a plan. If you're in Athena's area, she will formulate a plan with you. I would like nothing more than for all of us to be sitting around the pool at Atlantis, for all of us to go down that freaky, scary slide that when you get to the top looks like, I will tell you this, I don't even know if I'm going to go down it when I get there next time. But when you get to the top of the slide, when you look over, they have these X's and O's, when you can go, and you're praying that it doesn't go on the green O. You're just please stay on the red X, please stay on. Because when you look over the slide, has anybody else ever been to Atlantis and been on that slide? Okay, first off, when you get to the bottom, you're in this tube and there's sharks, but they're not you're in a tube. But when you get to the top and you look over the side, you can't see the slide. So it looks like you're going to fall straight down, but not hitting anything. It is scary as crap, but it's so much fun. And there's a picture of me with my arms crossed like this, but I want you to think about that. Get some pictures of Atlantis. I mean, our room looked out on these yeah, Amber's I'll think about that one. Amber, you're going to have a baby by then. So I don't know if I think you'll have a baby by then. Okay. So I want to give you some ideas for your month of December, because December is, and I know we talked about this on the call the other night with Andrea, but I wanted to kind of paint a picture for you. I want you to start thinking number one, if you walk away from this call and you didn't take notes, that's okay. You don't need to. But number one is decide. Do you want it or not? Do you want to go or not? If you don't want to go, no big deal. Still try to go for it. Because here's the thing, when you earn this trip, you don't even realize all the ripple effect it's going to have, not just for your business, but for so many other people's, because you're going to be attracting people and bringing on business builders, and they're going to see you earn it, you know? So I'm so grateful that I got to go on all these trips, but I'm grateful because I want more people to do this with me. Like, it's no fun to be there by yourself. It was fun in Puerto Rico because I met Stephanie, but how much more fun would that be if we were all there? I mean, incredible, you guys. So number one, decide. Number two, figure out what your mantra is in the morning or whatever, whenever you want to say it, or write it down and decide and print out that tracker, have it in front of you. If you need to make a dream board with lots of Atlantis pictures, then do it. Okay. And you can actually, what is it? I met Stephanie on the plane to Cancun. Oh, Athena. So yeah, so Athena and I met in Cancun, and Stephanie, think about this. You guys, we're all here because of an Arbonne trip. We're all here together because of an Arbonne trip, because my friend Stephanie connected. They were sitting on the beach together because Athena met Stephanie, and then that's how we all met. So it's just crazy how this can happen. Okay, so let's get to a little bit of meat of the matter. So now what? You've decided, you've minded your mind, you've printed your tracker. You're like, oh crap, Polly said I could do it. I don't think I can, but you can. So activity. Number one thing I want to tell you is, if your calendar is not booked for December, that's the only thing you should be doing tomorrow. The only thing besides things that you've got booked. Like, I know Dawn and I have things booked tomorrow night. But if you aren't booked, like I had somebody tell me, and it's nobody on this call, but I had somebody tell me the other day that they were going to get some things in order, and then they were going to do their Arbonne stuff. And I said, how about book your calendar, and then you'll have all kinds of time to get your things in order. Because if you're serious about your business, then you have to book your calendar. So we schedule, sponsor, and sell in this business. Schedule is number one for a reason. And that's because you want to, like somebody else asked me today, would I do a lunch and learn with them because they had never done one? And I said, do you have one booked? And she said, no. And I said, then it's a moot point. Go book it and we'll talk. So the first thing you need to be thinking about is scheduling your calendar. And in December, I want to give you some ideas to finish up our call. And then we've got 6 minutes. Leave it open for a couple minutes because this will only take me a minute. So some ideas for you. And here's the thing. We get in front of 40 faces a month if you're building your business strong. Don't let that freak you out. That's a mindset issue. If you're thinking, oh crap, there's no way. Yes way. If you have 8 things a month with 5 people each at them, that's 40 faces. And if you don't, then you just fill in with some one-on-ones. And if you hit 30 people because you went from 40, oh my gosh, isn't that amazing? Maybe you only did 5 last. So don't let it freak you out. Just dive in and do it. So lunch and learns, virtual lunch and learns. I have some verbiage. I am happy to send that to everyone. It's in my word board. We were texting back and forth with the girl who was talking about the lunch and learns. And I have some lunch and learn verbiage to ask someone to host a lunch and learn for you. That would be, think about who you know that has a workplace where maybe they normally have some kind of get together, and maybe they're even all working from home. And I know people are on Zoom a lot, but still, just ask. Maybe you do a little small giveaway at the end of the lunch and learn for the person that answered the most questions. Get creative. You're still going to basically do the one-sheeter, or maybe you do it all focused on the 30-day. But it's just a way. There is nothing different about all these things. It's just calling it something different to make it work for where we are in time. So I used to go out to places and do in-person lunch and learns, but now we're virtual. So maybe you ask someone, hey, do you think you and your, like some dentist office and places like that will close down for lunch, right? And so maybe you ask them, ask whoever you do business with. I feel like I'm yelling and my husband's in the back room, but maybe it's your dentist, your doctor, your whatever, husband's workplace, whatever. Do you have some people that might want to hop on one of these and learn about the 30-day? Because in January, I bet everybody's going to want to do it. So that's one way that you can do these. Facebook parties, absolutely. Definitely. They're easy to do. have to do the follow-up. And one note on the Facebook party is if you've already had some, go back. Donna and I were talking about, I feel like Donna, we're like, this is like, I'm getting everything from Donna. She's actually the mastermind behind all these things. If you've had some Facebook parties, go back and go individually to each person, even if you've posted this already, and ask them, hey, we're going to be ramping up our really huge 30-day group where lots and lots of people jump in and join us in January. Do you want me to put you on my list to contact about that into December? Would you like for me to just add you to my list? People are going to probably say yes. Like, do you think that you might want to have a reset, you know, after the holidays? Let me just add you to my list to contact. Sure. I can send you a video now if you want to take a look at it. So Facebook parties, go back to every single one and go to every single person and ask them that question. Just say, hey, we're going to be doing this. Do you want me to add you to my list to contact after the holiday? Because that's a huge group of people. Don't let them go. If you've had Facebook parties, don't think that it's over. They didn't respond. They didn't whatever. They still might not, but that's okay. Zoom, healthy, happy half hours, whatever. Go and ask people, hey, do you have a few friends that might just want to learn about our healthy living program? And I'll shoot everybody out afterwards a detox tea and a fizz. I mean, if you can, if you're able. You don't have to do that, but that's just another thing. And then just going out to everybody else, you know, and asking that same question, like, hey, we're going to be starting our huge, you know, whatever. But hopefully that all made sense. I was trying to make sort of a link, a progression between painting a vision for AIT. Here's why you would want to do it. You know, mindset, and then, okay, now go book your calendar. So with that said, that was a lot, and we are at the top of the hour, but I am happy to stay on for questions. So let's see, chat. Okay, never mind. Nobody had questions in the chat. Do you guys have questions or ideas or anything you want to throw out there about AIT? Or if you are totally confused about AIT?
Polly, sorry, do you have to register in December?
You do have, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that. So December is double volume, and you do have to register in December to get double volume. And what that means is you don't get paid double, but let's imagine that you did 5,000 volume in December. Then yes, you could register on December 31st, by the way. And that means they'll count your 5,000 for 10,000 of the volume. You do not have to register your guest right away. You can wait on that. So if you are, although I'm going to tell you that that's a little bit of scarcity thinking, but that's okay. I always wait too. But I know I'm going to earn it. Like, just decide you're going to earn it. But yes, any other questions about how, like, and do y'all know where to see this off of your dashboard? If you go to dashboard and you go to my incentives, or no, I'm sorry, my events or something like that, there's a place where it says like conferences or events or whatever. And see, anybody can do Arbonne because I'm a regional vice president. Thank you. And I don't even know where to go. My events. Okay. So you can go there and click on AIT, and then you can watch too. And y'all, there's some really awesome little gifts as well along the way. So if you haven't listened to that one Debbie Neal SoundCloud, did you guys see that posted? So good about AIT. Debbie Neal is like a ball buster, y'all. So, so if you listen, just be prepared, because she's just like on go all the time. Like, I think she might drink a lot of caffeine, but a lot of fizzies. Yes, she is amazing. Okay, any other questions? I don't want to keep everybody too long, but let's just decide, like, send me a message and say, okay, I decided. There is a Facebook group that I'm a part of. I did not post this in Success and Simplicity Nation because I didn't want to confuse anybody, but it is a Facebook group that Claire Rizzoli, Stephanie's doing it. Athena, I don't know if you know about this, but it's just for people that want to go on the trip. And all it is just basically inspiration, encouragement, and you post in there when you've registered and that kind of thing. If you want me to add you, message me and I'll add you. Athena, I can add you. Yeah, I'll add you, that you can add people, and you guys in my region, message me if you want me to add you. It's like Bahamas AIT trip or something group. And it's great because, like, Claire Rizzoli's in there, a bunch of nations are in there and regions. And so you'll just kind of see other people and consultants and districts and area. You guys, consultants can earn this trip. You can earn this trip. And if you get excited about this and you're telling people, oh my gosh, I'm going for this trip, like what better reason for them to host something for you or for them to maybe join your team? Like, hey, do you want to go to the Bahamas with me next year? Okay, well, here's how. Let me share. So that is it. I hope that was like, I'm not one of those people that yells and screams, but I do get excited and I hope you guys can see that because I think this is an incredible month for us. So by the way, Brothers Region people, we went over halfway to Nation Fall last month. So yay us, good job. I know. So it's exciting. So I'm sure we'll go over 100 this month and we're getting there. And Andrea only missed Nation Qual by $2,500. So we're going to blow past it this month. So it's very exciting. All right, you guys, go have a great Sunday evening. Let me know what I can do. Let me know if you're going. Let me know. I love you guys. You're awesome.
So much. That was
All right. I hope
awesome.
that was
Love
helpful.
you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Polly.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye from Georgia.